Oh, sweet Jesus, man, those junkies must have knocked a hole in your head. You gonna give all this up? 8-track stereo, color TV in every room, and can snort a half a piece of dope every day. That's the American dream, nigga.
Whoa. Welcome to the real American dream, having a podcast. Being a rat in the sewer, being a podcaster. Now that is definitely some sort of dream, maybe a nightmare. Hi, everybody. Nick the Rat Radio. It's episode 374 of Nick the Rat Radio. It's 11 p.m. It's 2222-22203. It's February 22nd, 2023. You know what that means. It means, I don't fucking know. If you're in numerology, you tell me. I don't know. What does that mean? Looks like we have Mr. Harmonica in the chat room. If you want to join the chat, go to nicktherat.com, click on social. There's an IRC chat. There's a Discord chat. There's even a Twitch chat. If you go to twitch.tv/nicktherat, it's all connected. It all goes into the same spot. So if you chat in any of those holes, you could chat in those holes. If you're in the no agenda chat, and you're in the control room there, just do /join #sewer chat. Because we are the sewer chatters. This is all taking place in a sewer. A very well-oiled sewer. Yeah. So well-oiled. Got this bottle of cocaine cola. Crack this open and pour some whiskey in here. Oh, I think yeah, Jameson, right? Yeah, we got some. Ooh, look at that. Ooh. Fucking sugar water. Fucking filthy, nasty oil. But I need a mixer. I can't just be drinking straight up whiskey, you know? I could. Maybe I should just drink straight up whiskey. Nah, I'll put some sugar in there. Pour some sugar in your whiskey and ruin it and give yourself fucking diabetes. Tonight, we are going to have an interesting episode. We're going to be talking about science, a little bit of politics probably, and have open lines. We're going to have people calling in. You could talk to me about whatever you want to talk about. Let's see, got some whiskey. And we got some Coke. Let's see, whiskey Coke. So sweet. So sweet. Soda's disgusting. How is this stuff legal? Then again, if you go to the store, this has what? 65 grams of sugar in here. That's a lot of fucking sugar. But then you go to the store and you look at like fruit juice. You're like, oh man, I'm gonna be a good little boy. I'm gonna get some fruit juice. You look at that shit. Is fucking same size bottle. 58 grams of sugar. 40 grams. But you can't get away from sugar. Sugar's fucking everywhere. It's trying to kill you. This all says is it? Ugh. Wow, 65 grams of carbs is 24% of your daily value, according to the government. Okay. Oh, those are carbs. I'm thinking about calories. And there's 240 calories. You're supposed to have like, what, 2,000 calories a day? 1,000? That means this little container, it's like a fourth of all the food I could eat today. Diane is almost back together. Currently still alone in the sewer. She's in a bucket now. We had to blend her up. We had her together, but she was just grunting and slapping people. So we kind of had to destroy her. We ground her up, put her into a ninja blender, spun her around, juiced her, put her into a cup, closed it up. She's in the cabinet right now. Enjoy your vinyl chloro cola. Somebody said that the vinyl chloride evaporates at like room temperature. I still wouldn't want to fucking drink that water. Yeah, this is gonna be this is part of the government rant. There was some government officials at somebody's house in Ohio, and if you're watching the video of me right now, this is what they did. They were in some woman's house, three people, and like, oh, we're gonna drink some water from the tap. Here, give us some cups. Let's turn on the water. Okay, cheers, everybody. Here, this is what they did. Look, if you're watching the video, tastes good. That was some cold water. See, you could trust this. We just drank it. We're not pussies. Now, if they chug that shit, I'd be like, all right, maybe I could trust you guys. But they did not chug. They didn't even drink that shit. They was like, goody gumdrops. How did we get to this place? And this actually, I don't know. I'm gonna be a little bit off today again as well because I made a nice fresh batch of some THC, MCT, lecithin, sunflower oil. I made a good little batch of THC oil. I took a little bit of it, an hour ago, so it's probably gonna be kicking in soon. I'm feeling pretty good right now, but it's feeling relaxed. I'm just feeling good. Like even thinking about like the government and natural disasters and all that shit, it can't get to me right now. I'm feeling pretty good. So my off is on. So when I'm saying that I'm off, that means I'm good. Like I'm feeling a little off. That means that's good. Because if I was feeling on, I'd just be really pissed and angry. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't think you know what I'm trying to say. I don't even know what I'm trying to say. But we're gonna have a fun show tonight. We're gonna open the phone lines soon. Should I open them now? No, I should. That's a little dangerous. You could call right now and leave a voicemail, unless you're Harmonica Man. Harmonica Man, you're on my watch list, and you might just be Kevbot. Sources say. I think you got drunk one night and you were in chat and you were just like, "Oh, Harmonica Man, yeah, I'm Kevbot. Oops, caught you, punk." Hey, look, Dr. Vampire Uncut is in the chat. He still has his foreskin. Cool. All right. Let's no more voicemails, brother. And I'm not Kevbot. I just pretended to be. I don't know if I could trust you. You can leave like a couple voicemails. Just don't leave fucking 2 hours worth. Crying out loud. All right, let's start the show how we usually do, with a little bit of music, and then we're going to come back. We're going to do a little bit more talking, and then I'll probably open the phone lines when we come back. Yeah, why the fuck not? Let's just open that up. Hear some people. Hear some people. First song of the evening is, wait. Fuck. I miss Diane. She was so helpful. It's hard to find good help. This bucket is not really. It's like she's like Odo right now from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. She's in the fucking bucket. I like to put my whole fist in there. It gets her excited. Let's listen to Neon Drive by Ghost Rifter. We'll be right back with more Nick the Rat. Whoa, that was a pretty cool song. All the music you hear is free on SoundCloud. You go to SoundCloud/like/Nick the Rat or SoundCloud/Nick the Rat/likes, or just go to my website, nicktherat.com or nicktheratradio.com. Man, I want to get like a new mic stand. It's like this is the mic arm and the fucking thing. I want the mic down here, or what? Right in my face like this. I want to right my mouth. I guess that's good. Should be lower. But I want it in my mouth. Let's put it over here. Back to where it was. Back to where you were, laddie boy. Let's open the phone lines up. If you want to give me a call, give me a call. If you get cut off, you get cut off. There's voicemails. Let's listen to some voicemails. Where are the voicemails? Those are the calls. These are the mails. Let's go back to the beginning of time and listen to Harmonica Man. You left me so many goddamn voicemails. So, pardon my French, but
this is the test number 75. A test where I
caller
can speak,
Brother!
to the world.
Wait,
I mean, not speak.
Harmonica Man?
Yes, sir, it's me, Mr. Harmonica.
How are you doing? You never call in live. This is
because
weird.
I'm usually sleeping, sir.
Oh,
I go to bed at 7 p.m. and I wake up at 7 a.m.
Oh, well, what the fuck you doing calling me right now?
I took a very long nap today.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Well, then, welcome. I'm surprised you're not driving or blowing into your harmonica. Right? Well, you are. There it goes. I hear the famous harmonica.
How's it sound?
It sounds like crap, honestly, when you play it over the phone line, because it like cuts in and cuts out a lot. I would like to bring you to the studios down in the sewers, put you into a padded room with me, cover you in mayonnaise, and let you just play your little heart out with a good microphone in front of you.
It sounds great, sir. I'm up for that. And I'd like to take you down here to South Texas and let you crawl around in the sticks.
I'd enjoy that. Have you ever met John Fletcher?
No, sir. Who is this?
John Fletcher is a musician. He repairs musical instruments, and he lives in Texas. I think he might live in South Texas. I'm not too sure. He's a good man. Good men are hard to find.
I believe you, sir.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm fine, sir. I'm feeling really good, and I'm really loving life right now, sir. I feel great, sir.
What do you love most about life?
I can't tell you that, sir. I wish I could, but we'd be here all day, all night. But what I did call in is I wanted to... I'm sorry?
I didn't say nothing.
Oh, okay. I'm looking at you on the screen. There must be a delay, right?
Yeah, you're listening to me in the present. The stream is in the past, and
yes, sir. I wanted to do an experiment with you, if you would like. You and everybody, all the listeners. We can all do this together, if you'd like.
Are we gonna have to sign like affidavits? Is there any injuries that might become involved here, or?
None planned. You can make those up and do what you like, sir.
All right, let's try it out. Let's give it a whirl.
Okay. Now, this is an experiment to find out what the truth is. I made this up myself. I found it out myself.
All right. I like this.
And this is how I have come upon the way to bring this to other people. So, me and you and everybody who is listening right now.
Yes.
The question we are asking in this experiment is, what is the truth?
What is the truth? But what the truth about what? What do you go on? I'm interested.
The whole truth.
Nothing but the truth.
Let's say, or we could rephrase it. We could say,
like, what is the truth about the truth? What?
Well, let's just keep it at that, brother.
All right, let's just keep it. Let's see where this goes, because I'm confused as fuck right now. But let's see.
Yeah, you'll have to just go with it to keep understanding, probably. Anyways, So this is the experiment. We're going to start right now. So you take anything on your desk in front of you, maybe a lighter, and you pick it up and you drop it on the floor. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
I just did it.
Now that's what we're going to examine.
All right.
And okay. Now, I could say I picked the lighter up and I dropped it on the floor and it landed on the ground and made a noise. I can say that. That's true verbally.
It's true for you.
But the truth, but no. That's true verbally, but the truth of what the action we did was as it happened.
The truth was
You
as
see what
it
I'm
happened.
saying? Like when it happened, that was the truth of it, was it not?
So when I drop the lighter and it makes a noise,
Mhm,
that was, but it happened. Now it's no longer falling.
No, sir, it's no longer falling. But when I dropped the lighter and it hit on the ground, that action, right, is its own truth. It can never happen again.
No,
you
it
could
can't.
pick it up and do it again, but it would be different.
It'd be a different time, and you'd be in different time space. The Earth has moved.
So the truth of so what we're seeing is so what we're seeing is that truth is always moving, a creative thing right now.
It's like a moving target.
Yes, sir. And if I would say anything about it, like I drop a lighter, that would be true verbally, but that wouldn't be the truth of it. You see, the verbal assertion and what the truth of it is are not the same. You see what I'm saying? Like the words are not what happened. Exactly what I'm saying. The words are not what happened. You see?
No, they're not. What
it's
happened?
Very simple. Huh?
You can't.
You see that?
You can't use words to explain everything. You're representing the truth with the words, but it's not really what it was.
That's right. That's right. So we can't say anything about the truth and it be the truth. That's one thing we're just seeing from this experiment. Right? I mean, that's so no. What we are seeing is actually words are in themselves not the truth. Right?
Words are not the truth.
Right. That's easy to see, right? So we can move on. So what else do we see is that I can remember what happened, that I picked it up, that dropped it and made a sound. I can have the memory of that action, right? But that memory is not the truth of it, you see?
No, they're not. That was a thing of the past. It was a... So, okay,
right,
so
yes,
words aren't the truth and your memory is not true. So there is no truth? Is that what you're trying to say?
No, the truth is something, right? You have to... We're getting to that. We can't. Let's keep looking if you want to.
Okay, I do.
So we're seeing that words aren't true, memory is not true. And if I have an idea, like I want to replicate that action, like an idea into the future, maybe.
Yeah.
Right. That idea could never replicate that action because that's over and done. You see?
Yeah, you can't do it again.
Sir? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So even if it's exactly replicated it, right, with an idea, somehow that idea in itself wouldn't be true. You see what I'm saying? It's very simple. The words aren't true, memory is not true, and ideas are not true. That's what you see?
I've spoken to a great man once, other than you. You're a great man too. I could see because I know where you're going with this. I spoke to a great man named John McAfee. And he said that there only is.
But if I just told you that with words, we wouldn't understand. So, right?
Is the truth.
Yes, I got you.
The only truth
so there only is,
but
there isn't.
But the only is the is what the is. And the is...
That's like to understand is that you couldn't think about it, you couldn't talk about it. That's what I'm trying to talk. It's basically where we're going. Maybe, I don't know, sir.
The truth
it's
is
fun. I don't get many times to talk about the truth with people because most of us are trying to avoid it. Avoid talking this way, or maybe
you can't avoid the is. The is it's ising. You're getting
right,
ised on right now.
So, like this experiment is kind of like let's continue with the experiment. Would you like to? Because it keeps going.
Can I pick my lighter up?
Yes, sir, please.
Cool.
I wish I had some more weed. But do you want to keep going on this experiment? Because we don't have to, sir.
I'd like to see where this is going.
Okay. So if I want to say the truth, have you ever heard that the truth is the highest religion?
The highest religion?
Yes, sir. That
Maybe the
the
highest
truth is
religious
the highest.
experience? Not well. Like, what's a religion is like a cult, like a group.
Yeah, I guess I can't.
The highest religious experience, maybe.
Well, we can. Well, I don't want to get lost off in that, but let me just stick to the experiment. I'm sorry. So we see three things. Now, we see, like, so if I have, if I want to understand what's happening or what the truth is, or, sir, I'm getting mixed up here, sir. You'll forgive me. Will you not?
Oh no, the truth is a very
We'll put it
hard
together.
piece to get. The truth is like Bigfoot. It's very blurry.
Yes, I think it takes a few.
It's
it
fluid.
takes people, two interests together trying to work. And I mean, because you would try to help me, maybe. I mean, help me try to explain what I'm trying to explain to you. Sir. I'm not trying to explain
did.
it.
It is. Truth is. Everything else isn't.
Yeah.
The only truth
But
is.
you see, like what I'm
Everything
saying
else
is like.
isn't.
Oh, here we go, sir. Okay, now I caught where the experiment keeps going, sir. I was a little lost there, sir. I've seen it now. Okay, so if words are not true, right? Are not the truth, right?
Words are
right?
Dead characters. Yeah, they're not truth.
Words are representations of the truth.
Yes.
So
they try to explain the is.
Words are not true. If memory is not true, and if ideas are not true, if all three things of those are not true, now I watch my own mind. If my mind is totally consumed with thinking all day, all night, my whole life, and there's no respite from it, then not for one instance have I really come in direct contact with what's happening now, with the truth.
Okay.
So,
but you need something to believe in too. You have to remember that the is the truth, and if you could recall the is, you can't recall the is perfectly because you're not capable of knowing everything hitting.
Yes, sir. I got you. I'm with you. So we're trying to understand the truth, right? So if you can't, if words in themselves and all that is not true, or they're limited, they can't touch the unlimited. So if we're talking about it, we can't really understand it. You see, so to understand the is, or the truth right now, if you want to just call it the is, what is, you can call it what is.
Yeah.
To understand what is, one would have to be completely aware, which is to be completely free of all thinking and ideas. You couldn't have, you understand where we're getting with this? Where we are getting with this?
Yeah, you can't be completely aware of anything. You
can't, sir. The self can't.
No.
The thinking can't be aware, sir, because it's in itself limited. So thinking, if the mind sees its own limits, if thought sees its own limits and sees itself, well, I've had this experiment with Mr. Harmonic, and he's telling me that thinking is not true. Then how am I supposed to understand the truth if I can't think about it? If I can't talk about it, sir?
You have to believe.
That's right, sir. Because
you need faith.
The word believe, sir. The word believe used to mean be life. It didn't mean conjure up an idea and follow an idea. It means to be life, which only comes upon where there's no idea. There's no dependency on idea, which is self-awareness, self-understanding. Self-knowledge. I don't want to overtalk you, sir. I don't want to try to toot my own horns about this, but that's the experiment, the truth experiment, basically.
Okay.
If I want to understand the truth, I have to be completely aware of it as it's happening now, without any dependency on thought or hindrance from the past. So you can talk about it all day, but you're not going to get that. You see, which doesn't mean we can't talk about it.
Do you know the ultimate truth?
Would you believe me if I told you? Could I tell you the ultimate truth, or is that something you have to be aware of yourself to understand?
The ultimate truth is death.
Sasquatch, huh?
Death is
What?
the ultimate truth.
Okay, I get it now. Okay.
Because you don't know what's happening after.
The ultimate truth is the unknown. Yes, sir. Unknown. The present.
The unknown present, and the ultimate unknown present is when you die. Like the moment you stop existing.
No. You can die. See, the thing is, we're all waiting until the body dies. What I'm trying to get to you is that you can understand it while you're living. You die to thought. You die to the old way of thinking, sir. This is a new way of thinking. This is the new way, and the only way of real thoughts is understanding that no thought is true, and then there is a watching of all your thoughts. There's a watching of it instead of arguing with it. You watch them, you understand none of them are true.
Does the truth even matter?
I mean, sir, love loves you no matter what. I mean, I can't tell you these questions. You have to find that question out yourself.
Because nobody knows the truth. I think we're getting to the point where we realize that the truth is it's almost not true. The truth is there's almost no truth. The truth is there is no truth.
Listen, sir. I know this conversation. I don't think it's made me just want to end my life. So I'm gonna say bye, cruel world.
Now that was true. (917-719-5923). That's the phone number you could call to talk to me. We could talk about the truth. We could talk about fiction. Or you could just leave a voicemail if you can't get through. He left so many voicemails. I'm just going through all of them. Here's one that's not him.
Hey, Nick. Look, I'm not speaking from any personal experience or any of that shit, but if you want the cleanest
the cleanest with the
stuff,
penis.
when you're dealing with the hardcore stuff, whatever, you want to be closer
Please hold.
to a college campus, college towns, whatever.
Hold what?
Because they got a lot of debt and shit, so they're not really looking to off. They, as in the drug, government or the dealers that are supplying the stuff. It's usually a cleaner cut, and you know what you're getting because with the
hold on one second, caller. I'm listening to a voicemail about
debt or whatever.
I have no idea.
Ratio.
Oh, right on.
They're not really looking to.
It's me, Stillwater.
Stillwater, hold on one second.
So much because they'll give them a little clean experience.
How you doing, dude?
Go. So
I'm doing good, Stillwater, but I'm trying to listen to this voicemail here.
College cities, college towns.
You all right?
Usually might have a better.
I don't know.
Yo, Nick the Rat.
Better experience, but
Hi.
If they look, like
Hi.
45-year-old guy with a backward baseball cap and a jersey or some shit on, yeah, it's probably a fucking mark. So,
well, it is storing right now.
anyway, Nick.
Okay.
I love you.
Hi, Stillwater.
Anyway, hey, how you doing?
Hold on. All right. I was listening to a voicemail that you didn't hear the voicemail, I guess, because it's on the same line. It was somebody talking about college towns and drugs. I have no idea. But anyway, hi.
Oh, actually, that already makes sense. I live in a college town, and guess what? There's drug abuse.
Is it really abuse, or is it just use?
It's kind of both, yeah.
There's drug use.
Because, like when you think about, college kids that are, taking pills, sometimes it's because there's extreme pressure from their family and
or their doctor.
Things like that to do really well in school. And so they'll buy things like Adderall on the side to help them stay up later and focus more on homework, things like that. And then as their body gets used to it, they need more and more and more. And then there you go. That turns into abuse.
Did I ever tell you I was kicked off Reddit because I said Adderall was legal speed?
But it is legal speed. So is Ritalin. So is caffeine, actually.
Well, caffeine's a little bit different, but it is, but it's different.
Oh, it's a drug.
It is.
If you drink a lot of coffee and then try to go a whole day without any caffeine, oh, you get some of the same symptoms of someone who's trying to quit smoking. You get irritable. You're just you get a pounding headache though. That's something that people nicotine withdrawal doesn't have that kind of a intense like headache to it.
Have you ever taken like a caffeine pill? That's the only time I ever really felt the like a caffeine high. Is I took like a caffeine pill, I think, and I remember just being all jittery, all jiggly wiggly.
No, I never took a caffeine pill because caffeine is so abundant everywhere that I never felt it was necessary.
Uh,
I mean, you can get it in coffee form, form, soda pop form. I mean, hell, you can even find
It was gross.
chocolate-covered coffee beans. Have you ever tried a chocolate-covered coffee bean?
They're amazing. I love those.
Oh, yeah, they're very delicious and highly addictive.
Coffee
I
is.
give it a 10 out of 10. Outstanding product.
What's your favorite? Like, do you like cappuccinos or what else are they called? There's like
Well,
so many different
I
espressos.
really enjoy Earl Grey tea.
Hot.
Like, yeah, hot, yes, in like a cute little cup. Every time you drink tea, you gotta have a cute little cup with it, and then some cream, and instead of sugar, I use a little bit of honey, and voila, nice little drink. Delicious, especially on a cold day like this.
Is it snowing right near you?
Oh, the sky is taking a shit on us right now, and it's not going to stop until sometime tomorrow night. If then, yeah.
In New York City it was a little sleety today, but so far there was like no snow at all in New York City.
Okay.
Upstate there's a
All right.
shitload.
Well, get ready. This because the weather has been kind of crazy. Because I was in Chicago this weekend, and it was actually really, really nice there.
Oh yeah, I guess you didn't bump into Darren because he was sick, and I think he just had like a root canal.
Oh, yep. But that's okay. I had to go on my own little adventure there too.
You're alive.
You see,
You're home.
Yeah, I'm home. I'm here in Spearfish again. Yeah.
Did you have to kill anybody for your boss?
Huh? No. I did hear some gunshots though.
Chicago. It's like
Yeah,
birds.
yeah.
You hear birds,
That's,
gunshots.
yeah. There you go. No, but it was great. Because we drove in from the north side of town, and my boss was like, "All right, over there, Paul. That's the north end of Lincoln Park. It's a beautiful walk from there. If you go down south, you'll end up downtown. You'll find some hotels." He's like, "All right, get ready, jump out." And I'm like, "What?" And then I have to jump out of the truck, and then they toss my bag at me, and then he's like, "All right, bye, see you tomorrow." And I'm like, "Oh my God." And like, what I loved about it was there's an urgency to the traffic and the people that I found quite invigorating. It was amazing. It was fucking awesome just to be thrown out there and then to just find my way. It was great.
Did any women of the streets come up to you and give you a beverage that made you black out and you woke up naked with like a missing like a hole in your stomach? Did you have a fun time?
Yeah, I had a fun time. But the thing before that was very specific. But no, that did not happen. Not specifically that.
How was the
Jeez.
car ride? Did the kids make it back too? There was 2 kids, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Actually, the whole point of the trip was the most beautiful part. See, my boots grew up in that trip.
St-
And in the like south of
I'm
the city,
losing.
there's
I'm
a
losing.
couple
Oh, there you
other
go. There you
cities like Joliet and Roman.
go. I'm losing you again,
So that kind of areas where he grew up.
caller.
One thing that he misses about the city is the food.
Chicago food.
Yes. And he literally makes a point to go out to Chicago at least 3 or 4 times a year just to pick up as much herbal
You're
food as he can
you're losing.
to bring back to South Dakota.
I'm losing you.
Mhm.
Yeah, you're very low. It sounds like you're 20 feet away from a cell phone signal.
Uh-oh.
There
It
you
is storming here. There is a storm going on.
go. Caller. Oh fuck. Did he just get swallowed up by the storm? Is that what just happened there? Let's take a quick break, listen to some music, and pray for Stillwater in Spearfish, or Spearfish in Stillwater. I always get those two mixed up. But let's pray for him and listen to "A Hard Rain Is Gonna Fall" by Roxy Lau. Man, Roxy Lau. Always coming out with those nice lo-fi songs. Sorry, I got some marijuana in my mouth. Very soothing lo-fi. Yeah, there's a podcast event coming up in Philadelphia, I think in April. Who are these podcasts? There's going to be a whole bunch of people there, though. Who are these podcasts going to be there? Vito is going to be there. Vito's a cool dude. I like him. You're like, who's Vito? Vito G something, Italian Vito. He made a very good card game called, was it Battle Stars? I forget the name of it. Star Realms. I think he was the creator of that. But yeah, I'd like to go out and meet all of them, but it's a 2-hour train ride. Actually, from where I live, probably 3 hours. Probably take me an hour to get to the train to get to Philly. That'll take 2 hours. And then do I stay the night? Is it at night? Do I like sleep there? Or do I get on the train at 2 in the morning and get home at 5? A lot of stuff to think about. But might go there. We're going to thank some people now. You could thank me as a rat people, I guess. I got a P.O. box. Nick the Rat Radio, Nick Rat, whatever you want to write there, just Nick. P.O. Box 90549, Brooklyn, New York 11209. Hell yeah, Chinatown bus. But yeah, I might do that in April. So maybe I got to make it like an official thing. Maybe I'll have like a meetup there. Like, hey, everybody go there. Yeah, who are these podcasts? I kind of like them. I listened to them a couple times. They seem like good dudes. And they're going to have like a live show. I hung up on you. Your maid walked in on a dead body and screamed. Either way, the first mail that was sent to the P.O. Box is from Sir Mike Roch, Ph.D. Memo, inflated, adjusted, chargeback, 69 cents. Right there. A check. This piece of paper right here. It's worth 69 cents. Thank you so much. April something Stillwater. I could find and post the information. I posted it on Twitter that I was thinking about going there. Let's see. I have a lot of fucking. I tweet a lot, but let me see here. I could probably find it pretty quick. Blah 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 blah. See how they run. Oh, they hooked up that DARPA dog with a fucking machine gun. That's pretty cool. Froggy Fresh. He's pretty cool. Man, Twitter's got a whole bunch of crazy stuff there. Let's see here. Where is a little further back here maybe? No. Yeah, I try not to post too much on Twitter so I could find the stuff that I post when I do post it. Skinamarink. Yeah, I only saw half of it so far, and somebody let me know that the second half is just like the first half. So, yeah, maybe I'll watch it one day. When did I post about this, man? It was so long ago. What's going on here? I probably go to the. Was it before or after Barbara Walters died? It had to have been after that. Where is? All right, I'm not gonna look for that right now. I'll find it. I'll repost it. Second check. How did you get your account number to be that? Sir Mike Roch, chargeback to get crypto sporidium. $4.32. Thank you. Wow. That's pretty cool. $4.32. That is the second largest check you ever sent me. Thank you so much there, Sir Dr. Mike Roch, PhD. You are persistently weird. Congratulations. Thank you. You can also donate by going to nicktherat.com and clicking the donate button. There is a PayPal link there. and I will read your initials, the amount you donated, and any notes that you put there. So let's see if there's anything in the PayPal. It looks like a couple people did stick some stuff down in the sewer. Whoa. This is a biggie. There's no note here? We have an OB with $49.95. OB. Holy moly. Thank you so much, OB. The number doesn't work with UK phones. 917-719-5923 doesn't work with the UK phone. Maybe I could set up a Discord. That's weird. What does it give an error? It's like, this number is in the sewers. You can't call here from out of the country. What are you, crazy? OB, jeez. I always yeah, dial 1. It's 1917, Dr. Vampire. Well, I also did put the do not disturb on for the donation segment. Trey recently donated a lot. I always, whenever somebody donates a lot, I always want to send them something, a little artwork. I was working on the idea of what to send them for a few days, and then I put it together and finally sent it out. 001917. What is going? Wow, Servo, you're a hacker. What is this? I have a different phone number. But either way, thank you so much, OB. And if you have a note, let me know. I'll read it, or maybe I could send something to you. We'll see. Either way, we have MA with 420. 420 is the quote unquote recommended donation amount. That equals about almost $1 per episode, which I think is pretty decent. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. MA 420, no note. We got what is that? 001152. What is Servo's putting some numbers into the chat room? There. The eagle has flown over the walls. We have LCI with 420. LCI, thank you so much. No more donations and do more voicemails, says Mr. Harmonica. Yeah, I don't know if Mr. Harmonica is Kevbot. Different, a little bit of a different twang to the voice. We also have, holy crap. This other here donation is, hold on one second. $37.43. This is a big week right here. I got $37.43 and that other big one over there. Holy crap! I could probably pay off. I could probably pay off the whatchamacallit, the electric bill in the sewer. Maybe I could pay the electric bill off, and we could finally get Diane electrocuted and out of that bucket. $37.43. Never gonna shit you. You're my favorite turd. I thought that was gonna be like never gonna shit you up, never gonna turd you down. From IF. And thank you so much, IF, for the donation. Mr. Harmonica, you didn't send $1,000. You sent 1,000 voicemails. But that is appreciated as well. Thank you so much for everybody that has donated via P.O. Box or PayPal. You could also donate via Twitch. If you're on Twitch and you have a Amazon Prime account, you could give me a free couple bucks a month by clicking Amazon Prime or something. Looks like 3 a.m. Radio gave me a follow. Trey from Philly followed me. What? I thought Trey from Philly was already following me. Mr. Harmonica followed me. I was going to say DJ Vampire is Dr. Vampire Uncut. Give me a follow. And Anonymous Gifter gifted a 1-month tier to Mr. Harmonica. So there you go, Mr. Harmonica. You could use my Twitch emote. I think you could already use it. I don't even know how the emotes work. I gotta add more of those. Yes, Tunnel Rat. I think you probably known that. I met you. I've spoken to you many times, Tunnel Rat, in face to face. So close, I could have reached my hand in it in your pocket, and I took your ID, and I'm actually living as Tunnel Rat currently. Yeah, thank you everybody for donating. You guys are incredible. But you're not as good as corporate donors because, oh boy, do they give you a lot of money. We're going to listen to some corporate donatorships, and then we're going to listen to some music. The next song is going to be by by Momo Oriel. It's called New Leaf, but we're going to listen to some advertisements and then jump into the song, and then we'll be back with more Nick the Rat Radio. Open the phone lines. We got more stuff coming up. It's going to be a fun time. All right. There's no Diane. Hold on. I got to get the advertisement reel. Which one are we going to use today? Can't ask Diane who was the biggest sponsorship from the... Okay, we're just going to play this one.
Hey, Fred, give me a pizza with extra cheese.
Extra cheese.
And hold the tomato sauce.
Hold the tomato sauce.
And hold the crust.
Hold the crust. Hey, Jimmy, give me a cheese with nothing. Nothing?
Now you can have the best part of the pizza without the pizza. Polly-O string cheese, all natural, individually wrapped cheese snacks.
Is this what you want?
Bellissimo. Magnifique.
C'est bon. C'est bon.
Try Polly-O string cheese. It's the best part of the pizza.
Oh, mais c'est...
Hello! This is Tommy Everici, owner of Tommy's Arcades. Are you stuck at home? You need some fresh air? Well then come on down to our brand new location here in the dark sewer! Tommy's Dark Sewer Arcades has just opened its doors to the public. I have been in the electronic gaming business for 33 years. We dumped our old location and we moved down here into the sewer. So fucking good. Yeah, we're in the driest corner we can find. We've got 4 beautiful, pristine machines, liquid hot, ready to roll. We've got snacks, candy, soda, beer, liquor, drugs, and so much more. It's an all-out bonanza down here, and you don't want to miss it. If you want to book the space for parties or other reservations, give us a call at 917-719-5923. This is Tommy from Tommy's Arcades, and hey, I'm living the 16-bit friggin' dream!
I'm going to try out some of this canine.
Nick the Rat!
Anyway, I'm going to get this party started.
Hey, motherfucker. You're a badass motherfucker. I just wanted to tell you that, motherfucker. Okay. Hey, motherfucker.
You're building a rat ship here.
We'll be back with more Nick the Rat Radio.
Once upon a time, there was a vampire named Vlad. Now, Vlad was a bit different from other vampires. He didn't really like drinking blood. In fact, he thought it was kind of gross. All those STDs and drugs that people took. But he had to do it to survive, so he tried to make the best of it. One night, Vlad was out looking for someone to feed on when he came across a guy walking down the street. The guy looked pretty tasty, so Vlad decided to go for it. He got the man's attention by squishing his chest up to make it look like he had some big fucking knockers. He also used his power of hypnosis to stop the man and let Vlad suck him off. But just as he was about to sink his teeth into the guy's neck, he noticed something odd. The guy was wearing a garlic necklace. Now, as you may know, vampires are supposed to be repelled by garlic. But Vlad had never really believed in all that stuff. Bunch of bullshit fucking myths. He figured he could do it. He's a vampire. He's real. Garlic, it's fake as shit. But now, he wasn't so sure. Vlad's little peepee started to sweat. "Excuse me," Vlad said to the guy. "I couldn't help but notice you're wearing garlic. Do you think you could take that off for a minute? I promise I won't hurt you. I just want to put my teeth in your neck and suck all the blood out of you so you can't get a hard-on tonight." It seemed he couldn't use his power of hypnosis on this though. The guy looked at Vlad like he was crazy. "Are you serious?" he said. "You're a fucking vampire, you piece of lying shit. You're supposed to be scared of garlic." Vlad shrugged. "I don't know," he said. "I never really tried it before. Maybe it doesn't work. It might just be all those tabloids and bullshit that Mary Shelley and Anne Rice wrote about." The guy just shook his head and started to walk away. But Vlad wasn't ready to give up yet. He had to eat. He was fucking hungry. "Wait," he called out. "I have an idea." He ran up to the guy and grabbed the garlic necklace and then took a big bite out of it. At first, nothing happened. Vlad felt fine. He knew it was all bullshit. But then, all of a sudden, he started to feel real sick. His stomach was churning and he felt like he was gonna throw up. The guy just stood there watching, laughing, as Vlad writhed around on the floor, clutching at his stomach, crying like a little bitch-ass motherfucker. "I told you," the guy said. "You're not supposed to eat garlic, you dumb fuck." Vlad groaned. "I see that now. I've been dumb. Oh, Lord, save me." After a few minutes, Vlad puked, blood came out of his eyes, then he started to feel a little bit better. He stood up and he wiped his mouth. "Well, that was a dumb mistake," he said. The guy just shook his head and walked away, muttering to himself about some crazy, stupid, dumb, hearted vampires. As Vlad stumbled home, he couldn't help but laugh at himself. He had always thought he was invincible, but now he knew that even vampires had their weaknesses. From that day on, Vlad made sure to stay away from garlic. He still didn't really like drinking blood, but at least he knew it wouldn't make him sick. And that, my friends, is the story of the vampire who learned the hard way that garlic really is his kryptonite. What the fuck? This story sucked a big fat dick. Did Zindu rank this garbage? I better be getting paid for this. I'll call my lawyer. Fuck this shit.
It just beeps. Anyway, hello Nicodemus, Lectorus. It is I,
Hi.
Richard Francis. My last name the first. I don't care. Anyway, it's a very sad day for me. I looked. I have no weed, and I have no tabs.
You looked?
I thought there were some tabs in there, and I thought there was some weed. There's just a little powder,
Right.
and there's the tiniest little weed up in my hither piece, but it's so small, I don't even know where a sighted person could get it to go. I don't think so. I can't do it. I can light it, like if it's pretty full, I can do it, get it to burn. There are long-time weed smokers that are blind, but I was looking forward to popping a tab tonight and float around. Because I've never gotten to listen to your show, if I'm tripping. Oh God, I've listened to it way too many times drunk. And I do apologize, man, when I've called up and been drunk. I hope that you will forgive me for that. None of it is meant in malice. Wow, this is like 2 times I've called your show and I've been completely sober.
Congrats.
Do I have anything profound to say? No. I wish I
You're
did,
sober. That's why.
but I don't. I think it's just cleaning out the Keurig machine. Those things are evil.
They are.
I don't even know why I bought one. Oh, yeah.
Because
What
you
the
love
fuck was
coffee.
that?
You love fast coffee.
Caller? Oh, wait. So, no alcohol, no weed, no acid. Well,
What about the shrooms?
all in sundry? I can tell you one thing. Don't ever quit shit in your microwave. I've never done it, but I would suspect it's a bad idea. If I still could play guitar, because I don't have one and my left hand is messed up, I would play you something.
Your
But I
left hand's
don't.
messed up too? What the?
Love and light, love is lit. Peace.
What's wrong with your hand? Ah. Oh, good. Caller, cheers. And such to you. Hard shit, man. Hard. East of the Rockies, we have caller.
Hello?
Is this east of the Rockies?
Yes.
That's a good answer.
Thank you.
Because if you said no, I would have had to hung up on you.
There would have been a fucking problem. No. Yeah.
Like, click.
Yeah, no.
This is east of the Rockies phone line over here. I gotta pay for time zones. The free phone. Either way, how are you doing tonight?
Your video looks so crisp.
Really?
I don't know if you did something different, but the color's got like a real nice punch to it.
It's called
sharp.
contrast and gamma. I usually make it look like shit because I want it to look like shit. I'm feeling like black and white today. So let me just make it black and white.
It's fun. I like it. Always changing it up. With the face.
I want to be a VTuber. I'm setting it up, but I'm so lazy. I just want to play video games in my free time. I don't want to work.
Have you played around with any PeerTube streaming?
PeerTube?
Yeah.
I'm guessing that's like YouTube or Twitch, just a video streaming service.
One of the self-hosted ones.
Oh, I'd never self-host. I'm too scared of people.
Well, there's like a No Agenda Tube. That's a PeerTube instance.
But is it hosted off my local computer?
No.
Oh, well then it's like everything else. I could use it. Is there an audience there? I don't know. I save a copy of all of my everything. I don't trust anybody.
I think there would be a good chunk of people that would be very excited to watch Nick the Rat live in app
on
the video stream.
I could probably. Well, is it hook up to OBS? Can I just add it?
Yes.
There's probably some way to do it, and you probably know how to do it easily, man.
Not my machine's not really. It's not really built to handle the video and audio stuff together.
That's true. You do need a very powerful machine. Actually, I do notice. I do notice.
I do declare.
I do declare when if I stream a high end video game that it stutters my gameplay. It's like, fuck it. I'd rather not stream because it makes my gaming feel a little shittier.
That was one of, and I haven't done it a lot. I'd like to investigate it more, just streaming some video games, but I was doing some Yoshi's Island through PeerTube on that No Agenda Social.
Oh, well, that's Yoshi's Island. I'm talking about, like high-end stuff, but Yoshi's Island is a great game. I've actually never I should play it. I could. I have a little pocket emulator system. I could probably put Yoshi's Island on there. I play a lot of I play a lot of Castlevania on emulation for some reason.
My guy.
Oh, Belmont.
Hell yeah.
Oh, Daddy Belmont.
I got a bunch of fucking Symphony of the Night. Oh, yeah, dude.
What is a number? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough boost. Have at you.
Oh, man. Game Boy Advanced was an amazing handheld system.
I'll suck you dry.
They really nailed it with that. Original Game Boy was cool because it was the original, but then it's Game Boy, all those Game Boy Color. They all kind of sucked. The Game Boy Advanced was with the backlit screen and the color and like the Super Nintendo graphics.
Now, admittedly, the Game Gear did have that backlight first.
Yeah, but it needed like 4 AA batteries and it would die in 3 hours. 8. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I skipped the Game Gear. I had the Game Boy. I think the Game Boy took 4. I think, right? That was a big chunk of batteries.
The original 4, yeah.
Yeah, and then they would have the adapter you could hook into the back and plug it to your wall.
All of those crazy attachments with the magnifier screens and the terrible lights.
Speakers and lights and this. Yeah, it was an incredible system because it was like the first of its kind, but it sucked compared to, it was fond memories of the Game Boy. Metroid.
Now you'll be my own personal slave.
All the Mario games were really good. Anyway, Caller, can I ask you a personal question?
I would love it.
Do you own or rent a house? Is that too personal?
I rent.
Do you want to buy a house?
I am interested. I don't know when or where.
Is that the reason you don't buy a house, because you don't know where? Or do you have the money to buy a house? Because your skill set, I would say that you probably might.
My skill set does not include financial management.
Oh. Well, if you make too much of it, it doesn't matter if you're managing it anyway.
No, I mean, there was I did manage to stay mostly debt free. I only have the one credit card now, ever, and it had a $1,000 cap on it too, like a limit. All my student loans I got paid off.
So you want to buy a house, you don't really have the funds for it, and you don't really know where you want to live.
Correct.
Same. Do you like the state you currently live in?
It's pretty cold. I'm looking at another foot of snow that's just dumped tonight.
That's the weird thing. I like cold places that actually get snow. I hate cold places that are just cold.
Yeah.
Because in just cold places, like, you have to stay inside, but there's nothing fun to look at. With snow, there's at least something fun to look at, but it does get annoying going places. I don't know. Man, I miss the snow. Greta Thunberg was right.
About which part?
That
all of it?
People in New York City, in the latitude and longitude of New York City, will never see snow for at least a year. Ever again.
Oh, you'll only be able to find it in snow globes.
But that shit's usually fake. It's like sparkles and stuff. It's not even snow.
It's asbestos.
Probably is. That would be cool. Imagine like there was a snow globe that was like a real snow globe, like a snow globe. Not like this bullshit, because they're basically like plastic glitter globes. They're not snow globes. But what if you could have like a real globe of snow? I guess a snowball. No, it would. But I mean, like like making a little snow machine inside of a little glass bulb. Now that would be something fun to look at when you're high.
Now, I know a thing or two about snow machines, but it's mostly soap.
Snow
What you
machines are
really want
mostly
to stay
soap?
away from. Oh, dude, the bubble machines. Ugh. It's so gross.
No, I've seen, but like the Olympics, they use they use snow machines to make the snow in. They make they're not. It's not soap. They're on soap in the Olympics when it's not snowing. They make. I'm confused.
Big Don, baby.
Big Don. Now I'm really confused.
No, I'm talking like snow machines for stage use. Like if you got to make it snow for "It's a Wonderful Life," the musical, or
Oh, okay. You're talking about bubbles. You're talking about like soap, like it shoots soap all over, like a.
that's what I said.
Yeah, but I'm talking about like a snow, like snow machines. Can you miniaturize a snow machine?
How small are you talking?
I'm talking about like so I could put it in a little glass bulb and sell it for $69.99 to old white women that drink a lot of alcohol.
Sounds problematic, but yes.
Maybe we could start a business.
I like where your head's at.
We could
I think that'll be
call it snowballs, or because you can't call it a snow globe because those already exist. We call it well, we get sued. Is snow globe? Can I use that name? Is that like a name I could use?
Is it like a copyrighted term?
Yeah, is Snow Globe copyrighted? Can my company be called Snow Globe? And I could
Are
sell.
snow globes copyrighted?
I don't know. I don't. This is why I hate life. Because you never know if what you're doing is legal or not.
You want to know the way that I look at it, Nick the Rat? I'll be real with you.
Sure.
If it's okay.
You go for it. I like real.
God has allowed me to exist yet another day, and it's time to make that everybody's problem.
So you want to be the bad guy?
Yeah, brother.
But you want to be the good guy. You're because you don't sound like a bad guy. You sound like are you trying to say that you want to be the good guy to bad guys, making you the bad guy to the good? Everybody's bad, but you're good. So you want to fuck with the bad guys. That right? Or are you saying that you're just a bad guy?
A wise man once said, "Good, bad. I'm the guy with a gun."
Do you own a gun, caller?
I own a musket.
Do you have a pig fat lined musket balls or something? Wasn't that like some big issue at one point? I think it was like with the English owning the Indian people, because the English, they conquered the world with the rising sun or some bullshit. That was Japan, but then they had Indian people in their army, but they put the musket bullets inside of little packages that had pig oil in it, and that was against their religion or some shit. Man, why did I learn that in school?
I feel like that meme has continued. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about the English rubbing their balls and pig fat.
Do you think history should be a class that is forced upon kids that are under the age of 13?
I think the only thing that should be forced on kids is mushrooms.
So you think we should open public schools where we give children psychedelics?
All day, every day. That sounds awesome. Are you kidding me?
The CIA probably did this behind closed doors.
And you paid for it, son.
Didn't that happen to what's that fucker's name that's in jail in not Elon Musk,
Kaczynski?
not the Unabomber, the guy that the guy that should have been let out of jail who released documents?
Oh, Assange.
Assange. Didn't Assange get fed a whole bunch of drugs as a child or something?
They
Julian
usually do. Usually
Julian
do.
Assange.
Lots and lots of them.
I don't think I'd want to take drugs as a
Better than
child.
antidepressants.
It's fucked up what our society's doing to the youth of this. I was thinking about this earlier. I think teachers should get paid more money. I also think what are those people at cashiers should get paid more money.
Yeah.
I believe that society it should be forced that corporations have to reveal salaries to everybody within the corporation, unlike a board on the front door.
It is pretty useful to know what everybody makes as far as
But it should be on the
wages are
front door,
concerned.
public information. I think keeping that like a secret, I think that is. Because I thought the way to fix society is to get rid of privacy. Now, that's very extreme and impossible because you could have your own thoughts in your head, which can't be made public. So why not just put the extreme version on corporate entities? Because we are the thoughts within the brain of the human that is the corporate entity. Because corporations are considered people. So that means I'm a brain cell in the body, and I should know every little. There should be no privacy within a corporation.
Does that mean you'd be able to solicit a corporation for sexual favors?
Sure, you should be able to have sex with people that you know within, and you should be able to solicit your genitalia to your coworkers. Why not? But
No,
it's going to be your
company as
salary
a
will still
whole.
be public, though. I don't think the genitalia should be public. That could be behind
Paywall.
in the but people know if you're making more money. Like, oh, Jenna's been in the broom closet with the president of the company, and she makes 4 times as much money as me.
That's just.
I know it's not tunnel
at that
rat,
point,
but I'm
is
just
it-
trying to
is it
figure out
the-
a solution
Is
somehow.
it the player? Is it the game? I don't know.
I know there is. Don't hate the players, hate the game. But the game is rigged, and the players are fake, and truth is not real. So it's.
But what if you make your own game?
You're doing something illegal at some point. Like, if I do my own game and I make the Snow Globe company and I call it Snow Globes, I might get sued by Mr. Snow Globe, and I wouldn't even know it until after I made a lot of money, and then he takes it all away from me.
But what happened to living dangerously? You gonna live your whole life with big snow globe looming over the back of your head, that's ready to fucking Clinton you at the moment's notice? Or are you gonna go out there stripped naked?
No, I'm scared
and
because
just
Clinton's
show
real,
exactly-
and they've killed at least 43 of their closest friends. So it's. So I know that's
Right.
real. So no, I do
Definitely.
not want Mr. Snow Globe to kill me. I'd rather there be more sharing of information. I'd rather culture be more public. I don't know.
And I think doing the CC BY shows does that with the CC BY music, the open source nature of delivering MP3s to the internet.
Value for value. But
It-
value for value is no privacy. To
Yeah,
a point.
That's true.
You can't have privacy within. Yeah, there we go. That Adam Curry helped prove my theory on how to fix society. Well, privacy. It always boils down to an individual will always have privacy within their own skull, which could create corruption, but more public of the numbers could make things. But then we're like, well, if you work in the public sector, they always know how much money you're making. Yeah, but there's so much other stuff that you're probably doing. I don't know.
Well, and think about this too. The nature of Bitcoin makes all transactions public.
I'll get behind Bitcoin if I ever get a time machine.
It's never too late, Nick the Rat.
The only reason I don't like Bitcoin is because we only care about Bitcoin when it goes up in value.
Absolutely not true. Because it's like it goes on sale, boosts the dip. When Bitcoin drops in value, that means that we can splash more sats at people like Carolyn and John, or
no, but I don't mean. I know what you're
Mr.
saying.
Lori.
I know what you're saying, that there's fluctuation inside of currencies, but I'm saying it is still piggybacking on fiat. I could have one Dogecoin or one Bitcoin. What's the difference? The value of the fiat behind it. It's still controlled by money. It's not free of the US dollar. You still value the Bitcoin versus the dollar.
Chickens, yes.
So that's my only problem with it.
The chicken's weight in Bitcoin.
Like, why am I going for the middleman? Why not just get the USD? Why am I going for the BTC when it's the BTC's value is based on the USD? I understand that everything is rigged and everything's a game, and there's stock markets, and there's markets, and there's people that want things, but I don't want virtual stuff if it's still tied to the USD. I do also buy, I buy like a cool shirt for a digital character sometimes if I play the system a lot, if I'm embedded in the system, and sometimes the system is like, because once you get into the Bitcoin game, you're like, well, what could I use Bitcoin for? Well, I could use it to buy shoes, and I like shoes, so I'll use my Bitcoins for my shoes when those are. It's like a coupon. It's like getting coupons. I don't know.
Have you seen the Lightning store that you can buy stuff with sats? It's all punk rock, Bitcoin themed items. It's amazing.
That is pretty cool.
Right.
But the sats still translate to USDs. So how many does that change? Like if they're selling a cool punk rock shirt for 15,000 sats, which is probably way too low, 1,000,000 sats. If the value of the sats drop, does the shirt go up? Does it stay equal? Like, say it's a $15 shirt, which equals 1,000,000 sats, which probably is off. But if the sats go down in value, do they make it cost more sats to equal the $15?
Let's see here. Because I don't have a way to like see what they had posted a week ago.
They had to go to the Wayback Machine, but they're probably not gonna. It'll probably just update via JavaScript.
So that I do not have an answer in that regards.
That's okay. You're not on the the firing range or something. I'm not a Clinton.
Not yet. Give it time. Give it time.
Caller, if you had a lot of power and money, would you kill to keep power and money? Like kill just, I don't mean like a bad guy, just like a nobody. Would you kill a nobody just to keep your power?
Wait, is this like, am I gonna go like beat up a homeless person or something?
No. It could be a homeless person. You wouldn't beat them up. You have power. So you could just say, I want that homeless person beat up to death. Because if you don't, I'll lose everything I have. And you're not going to get caught. You're not going to go to jail. Would you be able to say, kill that homeless person? Would there be a moral blockage between you and your fantasy life that's real?
I don't know if that fantasy life necessarily entails a lot of
killing homeless people.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd ever have to be in a position to worry that the only way I could retain any sort of status is by often streetwalkers and the like.
What is your fantasy? What is your like? If you could have any lifestyle, what would it be? Like living on a boat, drinking martinis.
I
With
don't like the water that much. I like looking at the water, but I don't like being on the water.
So say you
per
had
se.
a castle on an island filled with Amazonian women that raised cows, like, and you were in control. What is your perfect fantasy existence?
It would probably be,
or is it just
traveling
a traveler?
Traveling to some capacity, mixed with publishing.
Okay.
Not necessarily having to worry about any sort of paycheck to paycheck type situation.
Do you like flying? Do you like airplanes or?
I don't like flying.
So, do you like trains?
Trains are cool. I like trains.
All right. You have a palace train, like a train that's like a 6-car train, and each train car is, oh my God, the most amazing thing ever. Then somebody comes along and says, this homeless guy over here, he knows something about you that's going to ruin, it's going to take your train away. You're traveling train car with there's a printing press in it. There's a Bitcoin mining factory in there. There's a whole bunch of train cars with everything you ever wanted. But there's this one homeless guy, and he knows something about you. And if he tells people, you lose it. Do you get somebody to kill him? Nobody would know that you killed him. Would you do it?
What if instead of killing him, his tongue and hands were removed?
Caller. That's horrible. The answer is no. You would lose all that good stuff just to keep, because one life is worth more than your fantasy. Let's listen to Bearer of the Iron Crown by Soulless Composer. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. The phone lines are open. Are the phone lines open? Where are the phone? Where's the phone? There's the phone. Hi. Sometimes the chat room becomes a very interesting place to be in. I'm always reading most of the time. Sometimes I get into those phone conversations. I start losing myself there. But there were somebody sent Bitcoin via ham radio, but it's still tied to your bank account though, because you have the BTC wallet. But how do you put USDs into it? A Satoshi wallet. Do you just need an email address? If you were to, can you cash out your Satoshis? I should have asked this to the last caller. Let's go to a voicemail.
It just beeps. Anyway, hello, Nicodemus.
Wait a second. We played that one. Here's a new one.
Hello, Nick the Rat. I was just wondering, what is your favorite genre of music or your favorite band? Thank you very much.
Let's see here. General music. Favorite band. The thing about general music, when I do listen to music, I go mainly from it seems to be jazz, synth, and 80s lately. But then I also try to find new stuff, which is like always just old stuff too. I like to find new interesting bands. I think one of the latest groups that there's no one group. My number one band used to be the Gorillaz. I always found the Gorillaz to be very interesting to listen to in a creative mode, because you're not thinking about who they are. You're thinking about just noise that's fun to move to, because it's like it's always totally strangest sounding noises. I like noise. I'm a big fan of noise that sounds good. I like noise that sounds good. And the Gorillaz were some of my favorite noisemakers. I'll say that. There you go, caller. But I would say also like live stuff on physical noisemakers is probably the best. There's a I forget her name, but she's on the wait, is this east of the Rockies?
No, we're actually technically south of the Rockies.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know.
Southeast, sure.
Well,
Hello?
This was supposed to be east of the Rockies. Hello, caller. Is this east of the Rockies?
It is, sir. How are you tonight?
I'm doing fairly well. The last caller was not east of the Rockies.
No. Well, that's a big mistake, because you know what's going to happen.
What's that?
Yeah, that whole California slipping off the front. You know,
Wait, hold on.
big fault lines.
I think the other person's still there. I wish I could combine calls. Hold on one second there, caller. I'll be right back. Is this...
Adios, mofo. What the fuck's going on?
Hello, caller?
Yeah, what's happening? Are we at a party?
No, we're not. I feel bad.
Party calling. Bummer.
Because
I remember the days, I'm so old, I remember the days where there were party lines. And people would just call and hang out on the phone, kind of like Reddit.
The internet is the party line. It's the ultimate party line.
Kind of. Speaking of the internet, and I heard you say earlier you were going to mention science tonight. That could be one of the topics, right?
It definitely could be. I could talk about some science.
Okay. Well, check this out. Did you see in the UK they made another advancement in quantum computing.
Can you explain it to me?
Well, what they're saying is they did like it basically they described what I would call an ad hoc chipboard, and they were able to get an electric field going between two chips where they had
so it's like physical parallel computing.
Right. So you have your static chips, right? But they're putting the information in an electrical field between the two chips that was 99.59 and a 3% efficient. And I think they said they had 2,424 links per second.
How far apart were these chips?
They didn't get into that. You know what I'm saying?
And this is why science is bullshit, because the media is bullshit. I think that's
right. Well, at least they're talking. Well, they're alluding to that their design has a stackable chipboard.
I
You know what I mean?
I understand what that could mean, but that just means what we already have. We have We have chips on a board. We could have multiple chips on a board. If you could put air between these chips, then that doesn't matter too much, because the efficiency you're gonna lose data, isn't it?
Well, no, it does matter if you have the right if you have the right field pattern, like what's that, Lorentz force in the atmosphere, in the soup of ions and or protons, electrons, all the stuff that's there. If you're using Lorentz force properly, you could have a suspension field there where you could have a matrix to run. What's that?
Do you want to know how what I've been thinking about with science lately? Because all of this relates back to Mr. Einstein, in my opinion.
Okay.
Einstein said there are strange actions at a distance that are occurring that he can't explain.
Okay.
Now today,
right, so fold your paper.
Now today, I'm going to fold the paper from when did Einstein die? The 20s, 30s?
Yeah. Well, sure. I don't know. I'm not bright.
It was in the early 1900s. Let's
call it 1923 or something.
There we go. Okay, he probably died then. Einstein noticed that there's something weird going on, where there's something here and there's something there. Now today they're saying quantum physics. There's what Einstein was talking about was quantum, but that's not what Einstein didn't talk about. Quantum. He said, quantum is probably, maybe they're doing something right, but I'm gonna die. Goodbye. But Einstein noticed something happening, but I don't think quantum physics explains it very well.
Well, quantum physics is a field that's been rated by governments since anybody's made any advancements in it, and nothing is out of the control of the top governments when it comes to they're educating the masses. They have plenty of theories that are proven and methods that bring up different results, but they're just not public.
Do you remember string theory?
Sure.
That
was that. What's his name?
Fake now, right? String theory.
Japanese guy. Who I mean? He's everybody's go-to.
It's the same name that made.
He's a science communicator, Japanese guy. Wrote a book about string theory in like 1989, maybe.
It's not
87.
It's not the K. It's not Michio Kaku, is it?
Yes, it is. Yep, okay. That's what he's famous for, string theory.
So Michio Kaku wrote a story about something that Einstein was talking about but couldn't explain, and then somebody else changed that story. And when Einstein was on his deathbed, he's like, sure, fine. My theory, everything, yeah, sure, quantum, bye.
He goes into some pretty deep explanations of string theory. And
Michio?
Yeah.
He does, and some of it makes sense, but it's still, I don't think he explained it simply enough for me to take it as is?
Well, he's working with a limited tool set.
Well, yeah,
you know
nobody
what I
has
mean.
the answer.
Like today at Oak Ridge, right in Atomic City, right. Yeah, there was what they've told us, or what they're claiming, or the reason it's in the news is because there was a highly enriched uranium fire that started, right? Which seems odd, for that to be happening. But a lot of things have happened there over the years. I don't know if you know much about that place.
I do, but how do we get? What is our number one energy source? Is it a quantum energy force, or is it a Einsteinian relativity force?
I mean, biological is the number one force on
which
this.
we can't explain. Yeah, biological is. That's the answer.
I mean, well, you got the sun and biology, but the sun would be, a nuclear reaction, and then biology's next, and that's all
Einstein
nuclear
could
as well.
explain
If you really look into it, it's just all cold fusion. Or
but on Earth, we can't make fusion, though. So maybe we got the whole theory of the sun wrong, or maybe we can't know it.
We could be misunderstanding quite a few things.
Exactly. So how could we have any? How could we be so sure? Because these quantum and everybody today is so cocksure. They're like, the science is settled.
So
fuck you.
So here I got one for you. So at Oak Ridge today, there's uranium on fire, right? And it's highly enriched, and they don't really go into what method or practice or how they got it under control. What the articles I gleaned were like, yeah, it's no big deal though. That was all they can. I didn't see any things, but there would be a bunch of control measures and practice and methodology put together to stop that reaction, from being a critical one where it's too high, right? So, but there's other things that have happened at that plant, and one of them is a molten salt reactor experiment that went critical and went awry, and that was contained in electromagnetic fields using Lorentz force.
No
and
way.
A bunch of
really this happened.
Yeah, and the guy didn't even know why he thought that would be how to contain it, but with the amount of electricity that he put into the different electromagnetic matrices and
why don't we have better electromagnetic bottles today? We have 3D printing. We should be able to create a perfect like a physical object of like a magnetic bottle. Why do they fail?
They don't always, and there's some constants that people aren't aware of that if you were to plug into. So it's kind of like
also, how do you
dial?
What I think the problem
on
is?
The radio.
Yeah,
you know how we dial a frequency on the radio and we get to a band.
Yeah,
and you can hear. There's, what I mean? It's all in a band. So what you have to do is put up, using Lorentz force, put up a multi-dimensional field, right? So you have to have, I think, 4 axes it works off of. And then you put your electrical current at a specific rate and voltage and amperage. And when you do that, you can then contain like decay and other reactions and other things. Also, guys use them
theoretically
as
speaking, yes,
like 3D computer screens. I think even that some of the patents for that stuff might be out, but like they're immediately bought up by like Lang, Appletosh.
Do you know? I know what the problem. I think I know the problem for all these issues is you can't have a perfect bottle. It's kind of like the bottle that goes in on itself. If you have a bottle, it has to be contained. But if you can't like shoot something into the bottle and then contain it and then make the bottle perfect.
Right. So you have to think of it like this, and this is how you think of it. You're putting electricity in, right, at a constant, because you're going to have entropy, you're going to have loss in this, what you got going on.
I guess
then
it
you
could get into
use
I
your
guess it could,
Lorentz
like, the
force
structure
in
could
a
be.
matrix to where you have like an aquarium full of water that just leaks heavily it through like osmosis. It leaks through the glass. But in your field, so you're going to have a field decay on the outside of that, but you can get a consistent field in there that you could, do things like get it to light up.
Which is
and
the
so
laws
on
of
and so forth.
thermodynamics. Do you think we could break that? Because that's the thing keeping us back still, right? That we can't get more than we put in. It's
right. Well, that's what's that? The law of conservation or
conservation, thermodynamics. There's a whole bunch
Yeah.
of quote unquote laws which are only real because that's all we could do.
Well, that's the best that we understand.
Yeah.
And those are the rules that we've got to go by.
Back in Isaac Newton's day, they were making laws of what we can't do. And today we're making these fake rules of what we can do. Like, oh, there's this, and this, but we can't prove it, but we just know because of math. But back then it was like, we can't prove it because we can't prove it. Here's the things we can't prove. Now today we're saying, well, we could prove it with some math. We can make math up. But
that's not in physics. I mean, you can have theory and all that all
physics.
you want.
There is physics,
but your blast
in.
furnace wall has to stay so thick, right?
We're in a very theoretical part of science in reality. Today we live almost in theoretical times, but there's amazing things happening. I'm not saying that building nanometer-sized transistors is not amazing, but that's physically possible. But they're saying theoretical physics is true, which irks me a little.
Well, I mean, they got a great publicist, but who?
It's like the sci-fi book is real,
man.
Like,
do you believe it? No. Does anybody that's reasonable go, oh, you guys got it figured out, and this is where we are? No.
I'm also not a scientist.
The human nature is to thrive and strive past the norm. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like what you think is my limitation, my potential will outshine that. And if you could get the governments out of it, and
if you could get some satoshis out of it,
get the fascists, the governments, the oligarchs. Whenever human freedom it flourishes, it all starts with the right to privacy, right? To be able to do your own thing, and then you can have private property. And once you have the right to privacy and private property, then a bunch of other rights come out.
Would you be okay with physical privacy, but not social privacy? Would you be okay with? I don't know. There's got to be.
Any individual should have the right to maintain whatever level of privacy they choose with whatever is of their personal effects, property, or personal contracts.
If we could see everybody naked, though, would that level the playing field? Because then we would know what we're working with, right? So everybody has to be naked. How about that? That would solve.
The first guy figures out how to make Doc Martens and then kicks all our heads in. That is great. We got a level playing field till then.
Well, caller, can you say happy midnight in the sewer to the next time zone?
Happy Midwest midnight in the sewer.
Thank you so much, caller. We got BMW Drip by the Linguini Bros coming up right here. We'll be back soon.
People think it's money that I chase. That's not the case. I just want to base on the great taste and that fire BMW drip. Got them Puma, fighting them all, feeling like Sukuna. Everyone is thinking a hero is Yunayuki. Man, she stinks like Doogie, probably fat, stacks on cookies. All these rappers be rookies, everyone childish like this. Some Fortnite, no one's eyes can get a bite of this BMW drip. Yeah, I got the BMW drip, got the Puma punching them all like Sukuna. BMW drip on my feet, man, I'm elite, got that BMW drip. Where's your plans? Man, you're wearing Vans. Let me throw some hands. Yeah, I got lots of fans. I run lots of games. May not be tan, but I still will if I pay with some drip on my feet. No Jordans, no Wardens, just a BMW drip, bro. I got too much dough. That's not even Joe. Can't get this low. Just to inspect this drip. Let me blip by my drip. Shut your lip. Get a grip on reality. You're filled with mortality. I only got formality. Throw hands. It's a freaking brutality. My raps got universality. People asking me what's a legality. I said, depends on your vitality. Yeah, I got the BMW drip, got the Puma punching them all like Sukuna. BMW drip on my feet, man, I'm elite, got that BMW drip. This is the way that it goes, I'm the one that the label chose. You too crusty like some toes, one of those clothes, not too much money you froze. I strike a post, all you do is gain some woes, spraying bars with the hose, my rap glows. These bodies I gotta dispose, compose, catch your hands and bands, the label demands you make songs. Tell them you wanna do what you wanna do, man, you ain't know what I've been through. I ain't care about you, don't care if you knew, but your payment is due. Last verse healing, your needs like a nurse. I don't curse, I don't steal any purse, I ain't speaking cap. You gonna get slapped if you decide not to clap. Don't even stay strapped, just get rapped, or you'll be slapped, man, I just rapped. Now let me remind you that yeah, I got the BMW drip, got the Puma punching them all like Sukuna. BMW drip on my feet, man, I'm elite, got that BMW drip. Yeah, I got the BMW drip, got the Puma punching them all like Sukuna. BMW drip on my feet, man, I'm elite, got that BMW drip.
If you'd like to call Nick the Rat, please pick up your phone, take it out of your ass, put it up to your face, and dial 917-719-5923.
This is Nick the Rat?
Are we live?
This is live?
Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh,
hey,
I hung
Nick.
up on you earlier. I'm sorry.
No, I understand. It's connectivity issues, and I mean, it adds to the veracity of the live show, you know. To have that anticipation when I call and hello,
caller.
Oh shit! Am I on mute again?
Caller.
Nick, my favorite rat.
Caller, my favorite caller.
No, I wanted to call and have a bit of a debate with you.
You want to debate?
Because part of
Let's debate. Let's do it.
Part of running a live show is speaking controversial topics.
So what's the most controversial topic you know, caller?
Yes, but I mean to instigate debate.
I'm debating you right now. What's your most controversial opinion?
Yes, thus we're speaking. You said in response to a prior caller that you felt teachers and cashiers
should get paid more money.
Or checkers might deserve more pay,
Yes.
compensation.
They are the faces of the entity behind them that pays them.
Yes. What teacher stands out in your mind?
None, because
that
they
made
get paid
a real difference.
Do you know how much money teachers get paid?
They're actually compensated quite well compared to other governmental employees.
Who gets paid more, a police person, or a teacher?
Well, considering
a year,
I believe the
if you're a police
officer
person or a
should
teacher
receive
person,
a little more compensation.
Now, would you take a job being a police person? Do you think that's a good
In a
paying job?
heartbeat, if I didn't have a degree or two.
So you need a degree or two to not be a police person, but a police person makes more money than a teacher. So you'd rather be a teacher than...
Teacher has a degree,
but they get paid less than a police person.
Have you ever been have your sausage serviced by a teacher? Not your teacher, obviously, but happenstance was a teacher.
Oh, wow.
Who happened to be single and seeking out a sewer rodent.
I'm actually surprised. The average third grade teacher in New York City makes how much money do you think?
Probably more than an officer.
I think maybe. It's more than I thought.
Yeah, most likely. But yeah, you can really tell the ones that have gone to college. They're quite dateable. I'll just leave it at that. Also, nurses, they do quite well. If you ever look up, what is it, Scrubs Gone Wild, or one of those things, yeah, don't do the hashtag.
It's 72,000, 73.
Not safe for work. What's that?
The average third grade teacher in New York City makes $73,000, which in
they have
New York City will
teachers unions. The officers, they also have a union, not as well funded or
the national average is
politically motivated, I guess.
60K.
But back to the checkers or cashiers.
Cashier,
you realize?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
If you go to Kmart, is Kmart?
Where's the Kmart?
I don't know. If you go to any store, is the store or is the
That's
store
like
the employees
a
working
destination
there?
wedding to find a Kmart. You've actually got to travel.
But if you go to what's a store that's close to you that you go to frequently? That's big, like a big chain store.
Oh, probably a local grocery on the way home from work.
A local
Not
grocery
really
is a big chain
deal,
store
like an
for you?
Aldi, Lidl.
What's
Kroger.
the name of it? Have I ever heard of it? Is it Kruger's? Is it
Kroger, Lidl, Aldi. Aldi has live checkers. The other two, I do the self checkout.
Now,
they don't give me a discount.
If you went to
self checkout,
if you went to a place that had a really amazing, let's just take Kroger's. We'll say Kroger's or Aldi's, either way. If you went there and the store was amazing and the people that worked there were amazing, like they like walked around with you and helped you do everything, would you go there and spend more money?
I mean,
say you walk into an Aldi's
convenient.
and there's a person at the door that says, I could save you money. Here's the sales we have. What are you looking for? Are you looking for onions today, sir? Because we have a sale on it. Like, if there was somebody that gave a shit about you and helped you, or that you saw every day, or if they treated you like shit, would you rather somebody just be like, fuck yeah, give me your fucking money, get the fuck out of here? This is the face of your store. This is the person that represents you as a company. You don't know Kroger's as Kroger's. You know Kroger's as the person serving you. I think corporations should give the people that work there more money.
I do have to say I've gone for many, many months or years.
Or is it just a
and
bullshit
seen
job?
several of the same people. A former intern at my office actually didn't graduate the degree he required, and he became a manager at the Aldi.
Yeah.
And it was always good to see him. He's like, "Hey, how's it going?" And we always had a quick chat. "You need anything?" And yeah, that was good to go out of my way a little bit to hit that Aldi.
These people are spending their time to talk to you, to have reminiscence of the days the days yearned. When you go to these stores, there's a person that's spending their life to serve you, sort of.
I mean, he promoted his way up to management.
Yeah, but
by
a manager
just,
of Kroger's.
keeping a tidy store.
All right, let's see how much.
You know, Trader Joe's, Aldi. I think it's the same.
Trader
mask
Joe's
or charade.
New York City salary. Let's see how much a manager at Trader Joe's.
You've got the clickety fingers tonight, Nick.
I can type. I know I need to use my fingers here. Salary
But then,
trade manager.
so the Lidl was not a different grocery that I was attending on my drive home. Actually, I've known several that are quite friendly. I don't know if it's the
manager position at Trader Joe's is under $60K in New York City. If you're making under $60K in New York City, you're living you're living with your parents.
What does an average doctor make in New York City?
That's a good question.
Because I am mobile.
Let's see, doctor, New York City salary, $180K to $300K. A physician.
And that's like primary care or
entry level doctor.
Internal medicine.
It says entry level. The Glassdoor has doctor at $100K. And also to be a doctor is fucking forever. But then again, you know.
No, is that emergency?
The average salary for a medical doctor in New York
What?
County is $99K a year. So I would say, wait, fuck this. You can vary between $42K and $474,000. That's a big fucking.
I was gonna say you've had me juggling my potential move.
Oh well, the max is $500K.
I think I just dropped a couple balls.
At $500K, you could do whatever you want wherever you are.
Most likely. Anyway, what else? So checkers, nurses. Oh, what's the average nurse salary in New York City?
Okay, well, look
while you're clicking.
Let's see how much Mr. Well, then again, I was about to say Mr. Trader Joe probably makes. Who owns Trader Joe's? Who owns Trader?
I don't really know or care. I'm sorry.
I don't either. I'm just trying to find out their salary. It's Tact Holding Incorporated owns it. How much do they worth? How much do they get paid a year, and how many people are?
You want me to guess?
This is information I can't click through quick enough. But
I'm gonna bet he makes more than a teacher, but she gives better sausage service. Not assuming the gender of the teacher, because most teachers that don't identify as female will still service a sausage. I'm just putting that out there, perhaps.
Everybody services a sausage somewhere.
I mean, we can't argue. Interns also are genderless. They just know what they're doing.
Interns they don't get paid anything, and half the company are interns usually.
Typical. I think there've been laws passed. Most interns
they get $100 a week.
Compensated.
Yeah, they get like $100.
Not adequately, but enough to justify attending
being a
the
slave
office schedule.
Call her out of here. Call her. You're justifying slavery here. I don't like that. intern life is slavery. Never let me down again. Cooper Harrar, VM. I love you, Doctor.
taking me where I want to be. I'm taking a ride with my best friend.
I write them down
If you'd like to call
so
Nick the
I
Rat,
don't
please pick
commit
up your phone,
suicide
take it out of your ass,
later,
put it up to your
having
face,
forgotten the
and
idea.
dial
I've forgotten probably 2 or 3 major ideas, and it may make you sick. It's just horrible. Write the idea down. You say, well, I'll never forget this idea. You can forget them.
Yellow pudding.
What was that? It's Bill Cosby. He's trying to rob us of our power by penetrating our magical cave.
Yellow pudding.
Well, to take it by a curious path, when I was working on my historical novels, my wife used to collect old encyclopedias. Every time she was in a bookstore that had a set of old encyclopedias, she'd buy it. So we had about 8 different sets of encyclopedias in the house. So every time I wanted to look up a historical detail, I'd look it up in 3 or 4 of the encyclopedias, and always it didn't take as much as 3. Usually only 2 I'd find a disagreement. If I went through all 8 encyclopedias, I'd find 8 different. Like how old was Mozart when he wrote his first symphony? He was either 7 or 8, depending on which encyclopedia you look in. How tall was the Bastille? 90 feet, 100 feet, or 120 feet, according to 3 encyclopedias I consulted. This is what provoked me to what I call Wilson's 22nd law. Certitude belongs exclusively to those who only own 1 encyclopedia. If you own more than 1, you begin to encounter a certain amount of doubt and uncertainty about things in general. More and more people are doing research on internet.
Get
I wrote
home
an
safe.
article a
Screw
few
it.
months ago in which I didn't open a single book. All the research I had to do, I did on the web, on the world. Everything I wanted was on the World Wide Web. That certainly wasn't true 10 years ago when I first got online. I did a whole article without once leaving the computer. Everything I wanted to look up, I just go to the World Wide Web and I could find it pretty fast. So more and more people are doing research on the web. And the one thing you find out when you do research on the web is what if you find out if you own 8 encyclopedias, which is that there's no one reliable source. There are a dozen different sources all claiming to be reliable. And then you've got to use your own ingenious mind and your own talent for analysis and skepticism to try to figure out which one of these guys really sounds like he might know what he's talking about, or which one should I bet on. Husserl says every active perception should be regarded as a gamble. And from the experiments I've done and the experiments I've led in my workshops and seminars, that has become overwhelmingly obvious and true to me. Every perception is a gamble. Just think you're walking down the street in a big city. You see a face half a block away. If you think it's a friend of yours, you get a little closer, it's a total stranger. All perception operates on gambles. You pick up a few details, you fill in the rest. And if the guy never comes any closer, you're not sure whether you saw an old friend or somebody who just looked a little bit like an old friend.
You can understand conflict, but you don't have to suffer in it. And you can get ideas from it. But I say, if you're really and truly depressed, you can't even get out of bed. You can't create. But if you've got a notion of because you want to live the art life, and you've got this melancholy, thing, and the chicks really dig this, then you'll just keep playing that role. But you're not really suffering.
I always thought I could find comfort in the sciences. Everything makes sense in math and geometry and physics, and anything that doesn't, we can actually figure out. I dedicated my life to numbers because I knew they could never confuse me. But here I am, just confusing myself. Tricking myself into thinking I'm not already who I am.
Man, fuck science. When was the last time you ever used science in your life? Life's all about feelings and what you feel. I know how I feel, and I have a pretty good idea I know how you feel. But think about it. When was the last time you ever used anything involving science? Who gives a shit? What is science going to get you a job in the science department of the science center in the science building run by the scientists? No. Fucking Christ, no. You know what your life's going to devolve into? You're going to care more about what fucking characters die in your favorite drama TV show and how much free fucking time you have to spend with your friends this weekend than anything that could ever happen in science. It doesn't matter. Science is completely irrelevant to anything. Who in the shit has ever even seen someone into science? Like real science. I don't mean when you're sharing fucking like social media posts about like pictures of science stuff like, oh, new star discovered and it's super bright. No! Fucking no one cares about the actual science. The people who actually find that shit go down in history as big loser nobodies. Just let go and follow your heart. Just let it all go.
Yeah, fuck science.
Van Gogh did suffer. He suffered a lot. But I think he didn't suffer while he was painting. He went out to paint because he loved to paint. And it might have been one of the only happy times in his life when he was painting. But he didn't need to be suffering to do those great paintings. It stands to reason. The more you suffer, the less you want to create.
So I went to the beach that makes you old.
You went to the what?
The beach that makes you old.
The beach that makes you old?
Yeah, man, the beach that makes you old.
Excuse me?
I gotta tell you about this beach. It made me old.
You have to know that's not possible.
Look at me, man. I'm old as hell. And it's because I went to the beach that makes you old.
There are a million reasons why you might look the way you look. I'm not going to entertain the idea that a beach could make you old.
Wait. Actually, I think it's the rocks on the beach, not the beach itself. Something to do with the cliffs.
What are you talking about?
Had to swim through coral to get out.
Stop.
But I'm still old.
Enough. Let's say, hypothetically, that a beach could actually make you old.
The rocks.
The rocks. Let's say the rocks could make you old. How much of you is getting old? Does your metabolism speed up? Do you need to pee more frequently?
Man, listen.
Do your fingernails grow faster?
Man.
Your hair?
I don't know, man. I just got old.
I'm finding it hard to believe. It doesn't hold together logically.
I don't know what to tell you. I wasn't old, and now I'm old. I think it was because I went to the beach that makes you old.
This is all pretty ridiculous.
You want to see for yourself?
Sure. Why not?
You can go to the beach if you want. But you'll get old.
I doubt it.
Look at how fucking old I am.
I'm not going to get old.
You will get old.
I won't.
You will.
The beach will not make me old.
Okay, man. But don't say I didn't warn you about getting old. Jamie, pull up the directions to the beach that makes you old.
I'm not going to get old on the beach.
Good luck, man.
Okay, this next question is from Justin, and the question is, how did you learn how to write screenplays, and what was your first script?
Justin asks, how did I learn to write screenplays? And Justin, most every single thing is common sense. So if you get an idea, you sort of see the idea, and if someone said, okay, before you can make that idea into a film, which is what you want to do, first put it into words. And so you try to make the words say what the idea is. And it's a tricky business, but it's not that difficult. And but still, there are some scripts that are great and some that are not so great. But if you're just getting the ideas down for yourself, so you don't forget them, that's a little bit of a script right there. It's just the skeleton, enough so you don't forget stuff, and to help you make that into, see the form of it, and help you make that to the next step, which is the film. Then I met Frank Danielle at the American Film Institute, who was dean of the school, Center for Advanced Film Studies, and he taught a way to do it. You get yourself a pack of 3x5 cards, and you write a scene on each card. And when you have 70 scenes, you have a feature film. So on each card, you write the heading of the scene. And then the next card, the second scene, the third scene, fourth scene. So you have 70 cards, each with the name of the scene. Then you flesh out each of the cards and walk away. You got a script.
A bus loaded with politicians was driving down a country road when suddenly the bus ran off the road and straight into Old Pete's barn. It was a terrible accident. Old Pete got off his tractor and went to investigate the carnage, which was considerable. After some consideration, he saw no choice but to dig a large hole and bury the politicians. A few days later, the local sheriff came out, saw the crashed bus, and asked Old Pete what happened to the politicians. And Pete told him he had buried them. Well, good Lord, the sheriff asked him, were they all dead? Old Pete said, well, some of them said they weren't, but you know, you never can trust a politician.
It's interesting, you know, as I watch you now and through all the years I listened to your albums and things, your fascination with language is so apparent. Watching you work is almost like watching a musician. You know, the way you weave words and use language for emphasis and all that. Was that always a fascination for you, even as a kid?
Well, to go backwards with the question, don't forget what we do is oratory. It's rhetoric. It's not just comedy. It's a form of rhetoric. And with rhetoric, you look and you listen for rhythms. You look for ways to sing at the same time you're talking and to go da-da-dun, 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 dun-dun, and dun, da-dun, dun, 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 da-da-dun, 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 da-da-dun. And it's just natural. My grandfather, whom I never knew, was a policeman in New York at the turn of the century. And he was an uneducated man, self-educated. And he, in the course of his adult life, he wrote out the works of Shakespeare by hand because of the joy it gave him.
That's an obsessive young man.
Yeah, and most everything is genetic. And my mother cared a lot about language, and my father was a champion public speaker of 1935. He won the Mahogany Gavel over 800 other public speakers from the Dale Carnegie Public Speaking Institute. And he was great. I never knew him either.
Hi, I'm Brendan Fraser. That's Fraser, sounds like razor, which has been mispronounced all my career. I'm glad we were able to clear this up. And here's my PSA on words that you might be saying wrong. First up, let's clarify it's nuclear. not nuclear people. Antarctic, it's not pronounced Antarctic. Next up, it's cache, not cachet. Cachet is actually French for hide. Next, this one always gets me too, and I'm from Seattle. Espresso, not espresso. That's an honest mistake. And for the love of Pete, can you say mauve, not mauve? It's actually the other way around. Mauve, not mauve. Jewelry, not jewelry. For all intensive purposes, it's actually pronounced for all intents and purposes. And I know that because it says so right here. I'm Brendan Fraser. It's pronunciation, not pronunciation. It's a Canadian thing. Okay, thanks. Bye.
Rather give up cheese or blowjobs for the rest of your life?
Oh, blowjobs all day.
I'm the same fucking way.
Yeah, they hurt my jaw.
If you ask the average person who they are, they'll give you their name. They'll say, I'm Bob Proctor, but I'm not. Bob and Proctor are two words. My parents give them to me. They're called names, but it's not me. It's my name. Then somebody will say, well, this is me, but this isn't me either. It's my body. Like, you never phone down here to the studio and say, body won't be in today, it's sick. We don't say am hand or am leg. It's my hand, my leg, my body, my name. Who am I? We live simultaneously on three planes of understanding. We're spiritual creatures. We have an intellect, and we live in physical bodies. But because we lack awareness or understanding of who we are, we're totally locked into a physical world, and we let things outside of us control us. 95% of the population are reacting to life. They're not really living at all. A person's successful if they know where they are, and they know where they're going, and they're progressively moving in that direction.
What is your personal religion? Is there any type of God to you?
What do you mean when you use the word God?
Is there a purpose? I mean, given all these demotions, why don't we just blow ourselves up?
Turn the question around. If we do blow ourselves up, does that disprove the existence of God? I mean, it'll be a little late to make the discovery, but still.
Yeah. Through the ages, humans have created a mythological framework that has always involved some kind of higher spiritual powers. As we know more and more, and it seems harder and harder to prove that anything might exist like that, where does that leave us?
On our own. Which to my mind is much more responsible than hoping that someone will save us so we don't have to make our best efforts to do it ourselves. When you say, do you believe in God? If I say yes or if I say no, you have learned absolutely nothing. Why would we use a word so ambiguous that means so many different things?
Gives you freedom to define it.
It gives you freedom to seem to agree with someone else with whom you do not agree. It covers over differences. It makes for social lubrication, but it is not an aid to truth.
Murphy on a recorded line. How are you doing today?
How you doing, Sean?
Doing good. Thank you so much for asking, ma'am. You are here to get your Medicare benefits. You do have Medicare A and B, right?
Let me check, Sean. Hold on. I just got to look in my wallet here. Yeah, I have a Medicare card.
Which card is that?
Respect.
No, what's the color of your Medicare card, sir?
It's blue.
Only blue or
It's only blue.
something else? Do you have cross Blue Shield?
Yes.
And do you have Medicare Part C and Part B as well?
Yes, A and B.
And how old are you right now, sir?
I'm 69.
Okay. And can you confirm your first and last name?
My first name is Nick. My last name is Rat. That's R-H-E-E-T.
Last name R-H-E-E-T.
Yes.
How do you pronounce that?
Rat. Fuck you.
Hey.
Hey. I got old.
VLC is freezing like fuck all the time. There's a
If you'd like to call Nick the Rat, please pick up your phone, take it out of your ass, put it up to your face, and dial 917-719-5923. I hope you enjoyed that song, because if you didn't, you're in hearing for a lot more disappointment, because this shit ain't doing so good anymore. I heard Nickelback Radio's doing, bro. And you shot down another weather balloon. Oh boy, was this one really big. It was really just a fucking toy, though, and we did spend like $900,000 blowing it up, so be scared, aliens are coming, and bullshit like that. Shut the fuck up, Amy.
Father, I want to tell you a story. It was just another ordinary day when the alien bacteria fell from the sky and landed on Earth. Nobody knew who it was, but everyone could feel it in the air. It was like a weird, creepy vibe that made everyone feel uneasy. The news doesn't say anything about it, because the news is fucking garbage. It's bullshit. They never tell you anything you need to know. They just tried to only hold up their own agendas and make money for their masters and keep their own ass safe. At first, people didn't think much of it, but then they started noticing something strange. People were disappearing left and right and nobody knew why. The government tried to keep it under wraps, but eventually the truth came in, just like it always does. But the people still didn't really care because they were dumb fucking sheep. The alien bacteria was infecting people, turning them into aliens. Nobody knew how it worked, but it was like something out of a sci-fi movie. A really, really dumb one. People's bodies would contort and change, their skin would turn green, their eyes would become huge and black, and their genitalia would just fall off, flopping around on the street like a wet fish. It was something like out of a nightmare. But this man, a man named Dave, couldn't help but find the humor in all of it. He was always cracking jokes about the alien invasion, making light of the situation. One day, Dave was walking down the street when he saw a group of aliens coming towards him. They were his neighbors. People he knew for years, but now they were completely unrecognizable. Dave knew that these people were fucking dumb, so he was about to beat the shit out of them. But one of the aliens said to him, "Hey Dave, we've been infected. Come join us." Dave just looked at them, shaking his head. "Nah, motherfucker, I'm good," he said. "I don't need no alien bacteria in my motherfucking life." The aliens just laughed. Their voices sounded like something out of a horror movie. They backed away slowly, knowing that he had to get the fuck out of there. As he walked away, he couldn't help but think about how crazy it all was. The world was being taken over by aliens. The news media was lying to people about fucking dumb balloons and wars and stupid little countries. And there was nothing anybody could do about it. But even in the midst of all the horror, Dave couldn't help but find the humor. I mean, come on, he thought to himself. Alien bacteria? Who the fuck comes up with this stuff? And with that, he continued on his way, ready to face whatever the alien invasion had in store for him. Dave watched the aliens take over the world, one human at a time. It was like nothing he had ever seen before, because this stuff never happened before. But he couldn't help but make jokes about it. You know what they say? Once you go alien, you never go back. His friends just rolled their eyes, but Dave couldn't stop laughing. It was all so fucking dumb. As the days went by, Dave started noticing something strange about himself. He wasn't getting sick like everyone else, and he wasn't turning into an alien. At first, he thought he was just lucky, but then he realized that there was something special about him. Something that made him immune to the alien bacteria. Was it his giant cock? Was it his sense of humor? I don't know. He decided to use his immunity to his advantage. He became kind of a superhero, going around helping people who were infected. He would talk to them, make them laugh, and somehow that would slow down the infection. It was like he had a superpower, but he couldn't tell anybody. It was his little secret. But then, one day, something strange happened. He was walking down the street when he saw an alien, but it wasn't like the others. This one was different. He looked at him, but he couldn't tell that it recognized him. He started to walk towards him, with arms outstretched. Dave didn't know what the fuck to do. He had never seen an alien up close before, except those neighbors that came up to him before. Man, reading stories written by AI is pretty dumb and worthless. I guess I shouldn't do this anymore, but I do need the content, so here we go. But then he realized that this wasn't like any of the others. He was trying to communicate with him. He listened carefully. He couldn't hear the alien's voice. He could hear the alien's voice in his head. It was like telepathy. Dave, the alien said, "You are different. You are special. You have the powers to stop this invasion." Dave was shocked. He had never thought of himself as a hero before, except for a couple of paragraphs before, when he felt like he was a hero and couldn't tell anybody. The alien continued, "We need your help, Dave. We need you to use your powers to stop the infection. You're the only one who could save us all." Why was the alien trying to end the alien invasion? I don't think War would know, because AI is dumb as shit. And with that, the alien disappeared, leaving Dave standing there, unsure of what to do next. He knew that he had a choice to make. He could continue living his life, making jokes and pretending that the alien invasion wasn't happening. Or he could use his superpowers to save the fucking world. In the end, he knew what he had to do. He took a deep breath, put on his best serious face, and went out to fight the aliens. But he couldn't help making jokes about it. Looks like it's time to put the Dave and the alien Dave dead in. Looks like it's time to put the Dave and the alien Dave dead in. He said we're smart. And with that, he set out to save the world, one life at a time. The end. These ARs are really dumb. Let's try asking for a joke really quick. Hey, tell me a joke. Here's a joke for you. Why did tomato turn red? Because it's on the salad dressing. I'm gonna go slit my wrists. I hope you enjoy the rest of Nick the Rat Radio. This shit's going downhill real fast.
Hold on to your butts. Here's more Nick the Rat Radio.
Hello, Nick the Rat. I was just wondering, what is your favourite genre of music or your favourite band? Thank you very much.
Hey, Nick. What's going on, buddy? First time listener, long time caller. No, anyway, I forgot what the subject call in for this show was, so I'll just make it something weird and creepy, because that's what your show, Paranormal, usually is, right? Anyway, hey, so I ate Chinese for lunch. No, it was a buffet of Chinese cuisine, not rat. But it was questionable. Anyway, well, I grabbed a couple of those cookies as I walked out. Dropped them in that pocket where if you have an extra kidney, you slip it away so it can be carted off without being too noticed. I mean, not that I have any extra kidneys. But, oh shit. This is, skip that part. Anyway, so I walked out, I grabbed a couple of those cookies that are, cellophane or plastic wrapped, and, you can usually crack them inside the package so you don't get crumbs everywhere. Oh, that one's kind of stale. And then you just open it, oh, it popped open there. And you dump it in your mouth. Shit. Whew. I got the paper in my mouth again. I hate that. Anyway, oh, it really is stale. This is better than your mail opening section. I mean, it didn't cost me as much. Anyway, the paper. Half saliva. You will become more passionate and determined about your convictions. In the sewer. Wrong show. You got, oh my God, there's a hell of a lot of numbers on the back. You play those? Anyway, oh my God, it matches my phone number. Call me back, Nick. I love you, buddy.
I love you. I love you too. I love you too. How could you not love that caller? How could you not love that caller? How?
Brother! It's called acting, sir. I hope you enjoyed it, sir. I shall return shortly. Farewell. Hey, may God bless you this evening, sir. And what I mean is, may you strive to really understand what's happening right now.
Well, Nicholas Rocks, it's Rick from Baltimore. And how are you doing there? Doing my
I'm
best
pretty
to
good, mate. How you doing?
Because you're drinking the Jameson's the other day. But, I feel like I'm betraying the Scotch-Irish part of my heritage. I've only had regular Jameson's. I haven't had the reserve. I've never
You're not
I never thought it
embarrassing
was
your
so
people.
great. I mean, it's okay, but I guess if I have
Jameson's a
anything,
corporation?
I would prefer Bushmills from what I had it.
It's
interestingly enough.
It's just a fucking
there's
corporation.
this idea in the U.S. that Catholics drink Jameson.
It's
shit.
Now, if you're
Sorry,
denying
caller.
people,
Sorry, Nicorette. I just knocked over my trash can. I need to move it back. And that Protestants drink Bushmills. Apparently, they're both bottled in the same company. And there's an argument because a lot of people say that's only an American thing. It doesn't happen in Ireland. And some people say that it is true in Ireland, and the people who say it doesn't should shut the fuck up.
yeah,
But
shut the
I'll
fuck
tell you,
up.
I do like Irish mist.
Oh, yeah.
It's a honey liqueur, but I do like it.
It's
Because they
good.
have lower beach strength for the alcohol. It's still nice, though.
Oh, it's pretty
Very
good.
relaxing.
Yeah, very relaxing indeed.
And I do like bourbon. And I do like scotch.
I like burping too. Nothing like a good
You
burp.
should,
You'll lose a couple pounds there.
you should have some scotch. But I wish
Scotch
I
is
knew
good,
more
too.
about it.
Yeah, I'd like to scotch.
Remember, the march of the
straight.
robots will
Little
always
7-Up.
continue. Whether we
Sprite.
like it or not. They've come for your non-robotic soul. Beware.
How you do that?
What is it with my voice changer? You know what that reminds me of? Cars, cars, cars! Must go now! Remember those old 80s commercials? Alright, dude, I'm out of here. Peace.
I heard drinking Coke makes your testicles big, or you lose all your hair, or you get diabetes, or you make friends with the police. I forget how it goes. Mr. Harmonica, you need to go to sleep. Wait, what did I do with the sound here? Hold on, let me level it this out. Let me level it all out here. Okay, everybody. We have another song here. Let's hold on 1 second here. Where's this clip? Oh, I don't have the party started song one here. I haven't made like a new clip set in a long time. I don't even really use it anymore because I can't even find it anymore. What the hell is this?
Fuck that shit!
Oh, okay. Enough space. Federico Miculo. We'll be right back.
hold on to your butts. Here's more Nick the Rat Radio. And just like that, the show's over. I'm gonna go fly this thing up some fucking cloud's asshole and jerk off and seat it, and then it's gonna rain jizz all over you tonight. Have a great night. And don't forget to donate to Nick the Rat at nicktherat.com. Click donate and send them all your goddamn money so we can keep on making those garbage for you to listen to. Love you. Bye. Have a great week.
It's midnight in another sewer right now. It's 2 in the morning, everybody, for me right now, EST. I think that was a good show. I enjoyed talking to all the people that called in, and thank you for everybody that has donated. Thank you everybody that has listened. Thank you to everybody that shares, or thank you everybody that makes music, or thank you everybody that chats, or thank you everybody that thinks, and thank you to everybody that is here now. Thank you everybody that is. Think is. Thank you, Servo. Servo, you have is in your name backwards at the start of the front, which would be the back end of the front of the beginning of the end. Avriz. You're Avriz. Avriz sounds like a good Vulcan name. You know, you could be a science officer. Servo would be a good cyborg name. Avriz, Vulcan. Or maybe fucking Tandorian. What are they called? Those blue guys. Tunnel Rat. I'm happy that you're decent now. Fuck, that must have been... That sucks. You gotta grab onto those handrails, man. That's why I get a... What are they called? The little, when you climb in a mountain, you got those little hooks you put on your backpack. You gotta have really strong hooks and shit. You know, like those... The Xenobites. They got strong hooks, the Xenobites. What are they called? I'm pretty wasted, man. I'm pretty wasted. This is Jameson. The carabiners. Yeah, you always got to have a good set of carabiners with you. So you can grab on to whatever's around you and hold on. And hopefully you grab onto something sturdy. You need to find your rocks in life. Find your rocks. Don't let the government own you, because just don't listen to them. There's so much stuff illegal that you don't even know about. Just don't be a complete jerk off, or as they told Murdoch, just don't be a dick. Anyway, I'll be back next week with more Nick the Rat Radio. Thank you for tuning in. I think we had a good time. I don't know. What do you call a person that doesn't know where they are, that has a penis? Nowhere Man by Jay Dulva. We'll be back next week. Thank you, everybody. Love you. See you then. Bye. Good night, America. Good talking to you live, Harmonica Man.
Dig it, dope peddler. We're out here building a new nation for black people. It's time for you to start paying some dues, nigga. I ain't giving you shit.
Stop killing animals!